time to travel back to BLOCKCON. Join me for this amazing series where we get to talk to blockheads who attended the first ever BLOCKCON convention in Chicago, Illinois. All right, welcome, Kevin, to Dope Nostalgia. This is the second time you've been on the show. Woo! Your BLOCKCON banner's working. It's just backwards.
Yep, it's backwards.
That's hilarious. Kevin is currently playing with Zoom feature backgrounds right now.
Yep, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, this is the second time because you were also my special guest for the Mariah Carey episode. So this is the first time we're talking about New Kids together on the show.
Yep, excited about that.
Yeah, and you were telling me, so you're from Alabama. Are you still working for NK Airplay? Are you still an admin?
I still am working for NK Airplay. Kind of on hiatus right now, but okay. I'm still an admin for NK Airplay.
Nice. Nice. What else do you do?
Retail management.
Wonderful. Well, I'm glad you took the time.
And then taking care of my mom.
Oh, that's wonderful. Say hi to Mom.
All right, I will do that.
Naomi from Canada says hi. So we're going to talk a bit about BLOCKCON. We already started doing that, of course. I know the answer to this, but on the Thursday, WallCon happened. Were you at WallCon? I know you were there on the Wednesday because we were there at the same time.
Yep, I was there Wednesday and I went for WallCon.
Nice. Nice. Did you, on the Thursday, were you able to get in okay? And I heard there was karaoke going on. I so wanted to do that.
They did have karaoke. I didn't participate in karaoke because I was on the patio. But yeah, I was able to get in just fine. I made a phone call and was like, hey, we're running late because we're supposed to be there at 2:30. And so I was running late and I was like, we're still in Rosemont. We're on our way. We'll be there in like an hour. So they told me where to go. That way I could get easy access in and wouldn't have to fight through the crowd or explain to the police officers that were out there what we needed, what we were trying to do.
I see. That worked. Yeah, we didn't go in on the Thursday. We just hung out and visited with people in the line.
Yep, that line. I did venture out into the line some because there was a few people I knew that were out there. But then it started getting a little crazy, so I went back to the patio.
And for those who don't know, then Donnie and Danny, when they showed up, they pulled around to the back and they were going to go that way. But then everyone figured out that they were there. So all of a sudden, we're all there for selfies.
Yep.
It was the only time I got to see Donnie and Danny this weekend and actually say hi, get a picture, because it was such a crazy weekend that they constantly had things to do. So.
Yep. Impromptu and scheduled.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, when think about the things that happened on the weekend that were very exciting, I'd say the panels were one of my favorite things. What did you learn about the guys from the panels that you might not have known before?
Well, we learned the backstory about the graveyard. That was interesting.
The graveyard in the Right Stuff video, because the director of that said video was there.
Yep. Learned about that and then learned about Donnie and Flava Flav jumping on the bed.
Oh, I love that story so much.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, for those who don't know, it was kind of part of John's coming out story when he wasn't really trying to come out yet. But that's kind of how Donnie figured out.
Yep.
I just love that. Because you can picture it too, how funny that would have been seeing Donnie and Flava Flav jumping on John's bed.
Exactly, because Donnie is a prankster.
And Flava Flav, he's adorable.
Yep. Speaking of Flava Flav, not changing the subject, but I just saw a video on TikTok of him at the Taylor Swift concert living his best life.
Right. Wow. What was he doing? Was he in the crowd?
He was in the crowd. Like
Hype
in
man.
one of the, it was like a little box, and he was out there living his best life.
He's probably still doing the hype man thing even at the concert.
Yep.
It's just who he is. When you think about the concert, the New Kids concert, the first night of BLOCKCON, and they wheeled out a bunch of deep cuts for us. What was one of your favorite deep cuts that they did?
I'm still a little salty. I'm still a little salty because all
Oh,
my deep cuts did not make the set list.
I I can feel you. There's songs I wanted to hear.
But it was nice to hear Keep On Smiling in its entirety.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was the third time I've ever heard them sing that song.
Because then when they did it on the cruise last time, they just did like a little snippet of it, basically, right?
They done an impromptu of it one year,
Mm-hmm.
and then they done a snippet one year. So this
Mm-hmm.
was like the first time to hear it in its entirety.
That is so wild when you think about it. I feel like there's songs that they could have done too that they probably were like, they would have had to they probably totally forgot the lyrics and everything to it. So they just maybe didn't do it. They didn't have enough time to learn them.
It's very possible
Yeah.
because, I mean, that is like the dream concert for any
Mm,
fan was that show.
yeah.
Now, here's the I was actually talking to a friend of mine. Here's the crazy thing about that. Do I think they could do it and pull off a tour like that? I do, but the masses wouldn't get it.
Exactly. Especially on a mixtape tour.
The masses would not get it.
And that's the problem that most artists have is I'm sure there's all kinds of songs they want to do, but the crowd won't get it because they're there to hear the number one hits, or at least
Yep.
some of them, right? So even if they were just doing a New Kids World Tour or North American tour, same thing. Everybody wants to hear Step by Step.
Everybody wants to hear Hanging Tough, even though I I dislike the song, but I don't dislike the song because
I'm
when
on
you hear
that
the
boat.
song, you know it's the end.
Exactly. And it's kind of bittersweet. It's like, oh no, this is the last song.
And I have put a little birdie in some ears before, and I was like, you need to trick us
Do
with
it
a
for like the
new
third
ending
song.
song.
Put Hanging
Swap
Tough
Hanging
third or
Tough
fourth.
somewhere. Swap Hanging Tough somewhere in the set list.
Last song officially over. It's kind of a deep cut.
Yep.
Kind of a deep cut.
Hmm.
More songs from the block. That's what I would have liked.
Yes. And more songs from Face the Music.
Always. I love You Got the Flavor. Oh man, that's a great tune.
Yes. That was one of the ones I'm salty they did not perform.
Oh, didn't you do the rap for that?
I did.
That's what I thought. What's the story behind that?
Oh, we were in Josie's car. Josie is a friend of ours. She's from New York, but she lives in Florida now.
Mhm.
So it was me, Dan, Kayla, Christina, Josie, Sam, and Veronica. We were all in Josie's minivan. Well, I say it was a minivan, it was an SUV.
Mhm.
Going to Red Bank to see Joe. And I believe it was 12th night. Was that
Oh
in
yeah.
Red Bank? I think that was Red Bank.
New Jersey?
Hmm.
Okay.
So we were going down there, and then the song came on, and then one of them was like, "This is your song," and I was like, "It is." And so they pulled out the camera and just started recording, and I was like, "Yep, that is my song." Now, I wish they would have done girls.
Yeah.
Um, Mrs. Wright, since you walked into my life, let's play house, and I'll still be loving you.
They did kind of do Mrs. Right. They did a portion of Mrs. Right.
Hmm.
I thought that was cool that they put that in there.
Yep,
Very cool. And did you go to upstairs to the wardrobe experience?
I did. I did not get to see the overhauls on set on display though,
No.
but I saw pictures of them. But I did see the iconic ripped jeans.
Yes. Oh, I don't think I saw the ripped jeans, but I did see the overalls.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
because
ripped
Donnie was still
jeans.
wearing them when I went. That's why, because I went during the break between panels 1 and 2 and 3 or whatever there, that lunch break. So I think that Donnie still had them on.
It's very possible, and I was told that was the best time to go up there was during one of their breaks or
John
right
was
before
up
the
there when
end
I
of it.
went.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
The shoe collection was amazing.
very cool. No, were those all Donnie shoes?
Um, a lot of them were. I'm assuming the other guys had some
Hmm.
up there, but I think a majority of those were Donnie's because there was a couple of Louboutins up there. There was a couple of Giuseppe's, a ton of Adidas,
Hmm.
his Lanvin shoes from the tour, a couple of pair of Alexander McQueen's were up there, and a ton more of Adidas.
They got a favorite, favorite brand.
Yep.
Yeah, it was so nice that they put that out for us to see. Especially the really old gems. Like Joe had a couple old jackets up there. Jordan's
Yep.
Coke commercial jacket.
Hmm.
I was trying to place that jacket during the concert. I'm like, when did he wear that? Someone had to tell me, they're like, remember the Coke commercial? And I'm like, no, that's right.
Yep. Some of the outfits I had to do like Google searches on
Hmm.
to see where they came from. I recognized them, but I couldn't remember where I recognized them from.
Yeah. Certain
I was
photo
kind of,
shoots.
yep. And I was kind of hoping to see the smiley face jacket and the top hat, but I
The
did
top
not see
hat
that.
with the hat cut, the cutout on top. There was a few things I was thinking might be up there, and I thought I was going to have a heart attack if I saw them. The one thing I was hoping to see was the Irish Power jacket.
Yep.
I always wondered what happened to that.
I wonder if he still has it.
I was thinking when he did the St. Patrick's Day show that if he had it, he would have brought it to that.
It's possible, unless he had it in storage somewhere.
Yeah. Hey, maybe in the future they'll find it and they'll have more goodies for next time. And then of
Yep.
course Jordan was asked about the Batman belt. He's just like, I don't know where it is. No clue. Oh, these guys kill me.
Yep.
So
And I wonder if they're saving a lot of stuff for BlockCon's part two.
that's true. Maybe they are. Maybe they're going to go even in deeper because the first time this was testing the waters. Now they can be like, okay, we can break out
Yep.
the big guns now. Now, when you compare the cruise and BlockCon, I know there's not a true comparison, but what kind of event did you prefer? The cruise or what happened at BlockCon?
Cruise hands down, the
Yeah,
cruise.
it's
Um,
special.
they they're both special in their own right. And I don't want to offend anybody when I say this, so I hope I'm saying it right. BlockCon is more affordable
Hmm.
than the cruise.
That's
And the
just a
reason
fact. Yeah.
and the reason I say that is because a cruise is leaving out of Miami. Not everyone can easily get to Miami. Not everyone can easily get the time off work, get babysitters, and all of that.
Yeah.
The average cruise is going, depending on the depending on what kind of room you get, the average cruise is going to cost you anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000,
Yeah.
and that's just in your spot on the boat, your hotel, and your airfare. That's not including your spending money or anything else.
Exactly.
So you can't easily spend $600 or $1,500 on a ticket for a 3-day event, book a $200 hotel room, have 6 people in it, and divide that by 6, and and that's cost effective. You
Mhm.
can't do that with a cruise. So I get both aspects of it,
Yeah,
but the cruise is special.
it is special. And I've only been on one, the last one. So
Yep, and I saw you were having a blast.
that's right. I was glad we got to chat a bit on the cruise, but I'm doing it again this year because I think I'm going to always do it as often as I can because I had
Nice,
such
and
a
I
good
don't blame you.
time.
I
Yeah.
don't blame you at all.
And all the friends there just make it so special having
Yep,
those moments together.
yep, and I look at it like this. It's about the cruise is about your friends, and the band is a bonus.
Mhm.
But let's be honest, that's an expensive ass trip for just you and your friends. But the band is a bonus.
I'm doing it up a little bit better this year too. My roommate and I had an inner cabin last year. I just
Hmm.
wanted to be on the boat, and I was so excited to get a cabin. So this year we got one with a balcony. So I'm gonna try to spend a little more
Nice.
time like enjoying the outdoors a bit and just like sightseeing the ocean and such.
I don't blame you at all. What deck are you on?
What deck are we on? 6, I think.
6. That's not a bad deck.
Yeah,
Um, and you have, and with a balcony, you're good.
yeah.
I'll tell you the best AC though on that boat is your balcony. You open up the balcony door and you open up the door to go into the hallway,
The wind
and
going right through.
you got the wind going right through.
Uh,
That is the best AC ever.
hey, this is a good tip. I'm
Hmm.
going to bring a doorstop anyways, because you always want to greet people coming by your door.
Bring a couple of them because Carnival will take them.
Oh no. Okay, good to know. Good to know.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Dope Nostalgia listeners, I love you and I thank you so much for being a part of this show and its success over the last 2 years. We have what's called Patreon for those who want to support the show financially. For as little as $1 a month, you can become a subscriber and get bonus content, early podcast release, all kinds of cool behind the scenes stuff, and more. There's different tiers of membership starting at only $1 a month. And we even have some special merch for you guys who are in it for the long run. So please join our Patreon. It's at www.patreon.com/dope nostalgia.
Hi, we're the new kids on the block. Now you can hang tough with us 24 hours a day on our brand new hotline.
Just pick up your phone and call us on 1-900-9095-KIDS.
You hear our most secret day-to-day thoughts, but check this out. We'll tell you all about our brand new talking fan club hotline.
It'll blow your mind, so call us right now.
Plus, a portion of each call helps to support United Cerebral Palsy.
So remember,
We'll be loving you forever.
See ya.
$2 for the first minute, 40 flashing for each additional minute. Kids, get your parents' permission first.
All right. So we just have a few more things to talk about for BLOCKCON, of course. One of my favorite things was Block It Out when they had to see old YouTube videos of themselves and react to them. Now, are there any YouTube videos that you remember that you'd like to see them react to?
Yes, like early on where they were, and matter of fact, I think Donnie posted a couple of these.
Mhm.
Where he was on the drums. He was doing something on the drums, had a cigarette in his mouth, and was just going in. And then when they were in the studio and one certain part of the song hit, and I think it was Donnie, Danny, and Jordan all busted out into their shaking and everything. I want to see them react to some stuff like that.
And that's perfect. And even some of like the documentary stuff, that would be really fun.
And then I would like to see Donnie react to some of the Marky Mark VHS tapes. some of the
Yeah.
interviews he done on those.
I have a question for them that I didn't get to line up for the Q&A, but I wanted to ask Donnie some questions about making music for the people, the album. I've always wanted to ask him some stuff.
That would be dope. And didn't Donnie say Mark owed him one more album?
Yeah, he does. Good luck with that. I would fucking love
Right.
that. Everyone would love that.
Yeah, he needs to get Mark out of retirement. And
Mark
maybe join
has
a
said-
mixtape tour.
Mark has said for the right reason he would at least do Good Vibrations again.
Bring him out on a mixtape tour. Do Good Vibrations, do Hey DJ,
Yeah.
and then if he wants, he can go.
You know what song I really liked off that album? About Time I Funk You.
What's that?
The song About Time I Funk You.
Uh-huh.
I love that song. I swear I hear Jordan's voice all over it. And the funny thing is, I just learned they're talking about Maurice Starr's first album. Oh, do you listen to Frosted Tips with Lance Bass?
I've listened to a couple of episodes.
So he had Johnny Wright as his guest this week. And they were talking about Maurice Starr and how Maurice's first albums that he had put out of himself. And there's a song called About Time I Funk You. So I listened to it on Spotify yesterday, and it is the same song. So Donnie took Maurice's original song and made it into a Marky Mark song.
I'll have to check Maurice's out.
Yep. It's on Spotify. It's awesome. But
I would definitely check that out.
I'm sorry I go off topic a lot, but it's fun.
Oh no, you're good. The tangents are
That's what makes
okay.
That's what makes a good conversation.
Yep.
Did you get many photos? Did you do some of the doll box selfies?
I did not.
Yeah.
I didn't do the doll boxes. The lines were too long. But it would have been dope to do that. And then I was shopping and they were doing the stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna finish shopping. I'm not gonna go fight those lines.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm in search of a selfie with Joe. He's the one I haven't had a selfie with yet. So I'll go for that on the cruise.
Nice. Oh, are you doing any of the Solo Joe shows?
No, I'm not. I can only really afford to do 2 Wild New Kids things this year. So I won't be able to see a Solo Joe show. But I do like watching my friends' video clips of the shows. They're nice.
I understand that.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Because Joe does have a good solo show.
Oh yeah. He's so talented. He really is an incredible singer.
Yep.
And anytime he brings Griff out too, that's really fun for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I haven't. It's hard too because the Canadian dollar is really bad in comparison. Like, I think it's like 73 cents to the American dollar.
Oh, dang.
I converted some cash before I came over to put in my American bank account. What did I get? Yeah, 300 Canadian dollars. It was like 220 American or something like that.
That is almost highway robbery.
It's bad. It's bad. So you do what you can, you know? You do what you can.
Yep. Maybe he'll do some Canada shows.
He did Vancouver a month ago or so. But that's still far from me. It's still far because I'm in Western Canada, but it's a huge trip. It's a huge, huge country, as you know.
Oh yeah.
What other Chicago activities did you get up to while you were there? Do you go to Chicago very often?
I went to Chicago about 5 or 6 times during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went a couple of times. I went low key. And I posted something on Instagram in my story, and a friend of mine called and said, I think the story was, I've got to get out of town for a few days and clear my head. And a friend of mine called me as I was in Birmingham, which is about 2.5 hours from here, and said, "Are you going to St. Charles?" I was like, maybe. Why? She was like, "We're going to St. Charles too."
Wow.
Didn't realize it. And that happened twice. Like we were all going to St. Charles at the same time and did not realize it.
How meant to be.
Yep. And then I drove up like 3 times and then I flew in like 2 or 3 times.
Hmm.
Because I was like when flights were like cheap and you had a whole row to yourself.
No one was flying yet. Everyone's
No one
still
was
scared.
flying. Yep.
Ah,
But yeah, Chicago's fun. St. Charles is fun. Geneva's fun.
Hmm.
Like there's so much to do. And I've been to Chicago probably 10 times
yeah.
since the NKOT BSB tour, because that was my first time going to Chicago. I've
Mhm.
probably been about 10 times total and still haven't done everything Chicago has to offer.
Hmm. What's some of your
Like I
favorite
don't
things there?
um the mall in Rosemont was pretty fun. The parks down in Geneva and St. Charles.
Hmm.
Like they have some neat little parks down there. Um,
Rosemont's a beautiful city, hey?
it is.
I liked it.
It's a
It felt
it's a
very
nice
safe.
little convention town. Yes.
Yeah. I felt very safe
hmm
there walking around and such.
I don't like downtown Chicago too much. They have nice malls there, but
Hmm.
I don't like I did not like downtown Chicago. I wanted to visit, I don't know what it's called, this the Silver Bean.
Yeah, it's called Cloud Gate. I just called it the Bean for the longest time,
Yep.
but
I have
I
not
went there.
seen that yet.
I went there right before I went home. Took an Uber
Nice.
there, did a little bit of pictures. I put my Donnie and Jordan Funkos in front of it and took a picture of them.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Sears Tower was pretty fun too. It was a little creepy, but it was fun.
Did you
It's
stand on
like
the glass floor?
I did not.
It's hard to do. It's really hard
hmm
to do.
I'm like, what if this breaks? That's a long way down.
And then you see the little kids run up and just jump on it. You're like,
Uh-huh.
no,
Don't do that. Don't do that.
no fear. These kids. Uh,
None.
Well, to wrap things up, what would you say was your best favorite moment at BlockCon, or more than one, whatever you'd like to share?
The concert was the best. Like to me, the money I spent was worth just the concert.
Yeah.
The concert, hands down, was my favorite part. Besides, other than seeing people that I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah. Concert's
And
good. And
then,
oh, go ahead.
and then Donnie singing happy birthday to me, not once, not twice, but probably 3 or 4 times.
Oh,
Like,
that's so sweet.
yeah, he was coming into Wahlburgers, and I was talking to 3 people that two of them I knew, one I did not know. And I hear this car, so I move up a little bit, and the window let down. I heard the window let down, and I saw one of the girls' face. I'm like, I already know who this is. I saw the girl's face, and he just starts singing happy birthday again as he was pulling up to Wahlburgers. That's when that crowd started gravitating. And I was like, nope, time to get back on the patio.
Good timing.
Yes.
Very good timing. Fantastic. I really enjoyed that they brought back the solo guys shirts for the merch. I thought that was a brilliant move.
I loved seeing that.
Mm-hmm. So many people wanted that.
Yep. So back to where I was saying how we were walking over to a friend of ours hotel.
Sorry,
we
I didn't mean to
passed
cut you off.
Rosemont.
I apologize.
Oh no, you're good.
Okay.
It triggered back to what I was thinking also. Going by and seeing them set up the display, seeing them setting up the doll boxes and all.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing some of the merch out there in the trailer also, and I saw those shirts and I'm like, I told my friend Christina, did you see the shirts? She was like, what shirts? The BLOCKCON shirts? I was like, no, they brought back the old school shirts. And she was like, you're joking. I was like, no, look on the right hand side and you'll see them. And she was like, oh my God. Those were the best.
I was so excited to see that. I'm like, this is one of the brilliant genius moves. I thought that it's a real winner, and they'll be successful selling them off the website and everything. It's just something we've always wanted back, I think, because I've gone on eBay. I bought my Jordan shirt again that I had when I was a kid. Of course, it wouldn't fit now, even if I still had it. But like, I bought it again off eBay, and I'm sure it probably wasn't even an official merchandise. Who knows, right? So it's better that they're making the money than some seller on eBay.
Exactly. And I have to add this also, the quality of those shirts are a lot better than the tour shirts, in my opinion. They're thicker material and everything. Like, those shirts were worth it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm so happy they brought them back.
Yes.
I think I'm going to get me another one. Why not?
Yep. And they're available on nkotv.com/store.
That's right. Good plug.
And I believe they're $45 plus tax, plus shipping and taxes. So probably you should be able to take it home for less than $55.
That's sweet. I bet they'll have them on the cruise too.
I hope so.
That would be smart. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they sold so well. So.
Oh yeah, because every time I was looking, they were taking the shirts down because they were selling them.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, there was only like one or two on the display.
Wow. Inside or outside merch? Both?
I saw it on the trailer. And on the trailer that was outside, and I was like, dang, they're selling out of this stuff quick.
Well, I'm just so happy that you made time to be on the show. I always enjoy chatting with you. So thank you so much, Kevin.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me.
Yeah. And we'll see you again in a few months.
Yep.
You take care.
And thank you, and you too.
All right. We'll see you soon then.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Back to BLOCKCON. There'll be so much more content coming from some of our favorite blockheads in the New Kids universe. Remember, Dope Nostalgia is licensed by SOCAN because we believe that artists should be paid for their work. See you next time.